Good afternoon, colleagues, leaders, and custodians of Kenya's greatest asset, which is our people. We gather here not just as HR professionals, but as architects of a dream called Kenya Vision 2030. A dream of a globally competitive and prosperous nation. And I put it to you today that dream will not be built in boardrooms or in written policy papers alone. It will be built by the men and women you hire, nurture, lead, and inspire every single day. I think that is our task as HR in this room. You are the heartbeat of the Kenyan public service. Tell your neighbor, I am the heartbeat of Kenya public service. So the 21st century mandate is from paper pushers to nation building. That is our mandate in the 21st century. As we look at our theme is, look at the theme, read that theme that we have, because that is what we came to unpack and to understand. Human capital statecraft, reimagining public sector HR for national transformation. For too long, HR in public service has been seen as the department of files, forms, and compliance. But the 21st century has torn up that job description. Today, Mwananchi does not measure us by how well we filed their paperwork. They measure us by whether the hospitals has a nurse, whether the land registry serves them in hours, not months, whether their children are taught by motivated teachers. Performance and productivity are no longer HR buzzwords. They are national imperatives. And I'm talking about this topic that we are about to unpack, HR as a strategic enabler in performance and productivity in public service. Our reality is stark. We serve youthful nation. And we all know that 75% of Kenyans are under 35. Is that not true? They are under 35 years of age. How many people are under 35 years here? Not to disclose your age, but you know, it's good to know. Under 35? Let us appreciate them. These are the people who are making our organizations. The 75% are under 35. They are digital, they are impatient to change, and they deserve a public service that matches their energy. Isn't that true? Is that true for those under 35? Yeah? And we are also bound by our Article 232 of our Constitution, demanding high standards of professional ethics, efficient and effective use and responsible prompt service. So our question is not how do we manage staff? Our question is how do we unleash the full potential for every public servant so that Kenyans can unleash hers? So there are three pillars that we want to look at, defining the 21st public service HR. The first one is moving from administration to leadership. So your work begins before an employee reports on day one. Are we recruiting for tribe, for papers, or for competence and character? In this century, we must be ruthless about merit because every unqualified hire is a broken promise to a Kenyan child waiting for a service. Then once they are in, do we lead them or just supervise them? Productivity is not born from fear of audits. It's born when records officer in Nanyuki understands that her speed and accuracy means a farmer in Laikipia gets his title and feeds his family. That is connecting every job to the Kenyan dream. That is our first duty as public servants. Secondly, we are moving from compliance to culture. You cannot legislate motivation. Can you? Can you legislate motivation? We cannot. You cannot circular hard work. It doesn't matter how many circulars that come, how many memos are shared, you cannot circular hard work. But you can build a culture where excellence is the norm. What gets rewarded in your ministry, department, or country? Is it silence and seniority, or innovation and initiative? A 21st century HR professional measures the climate. Are our people proud to wear the public service badge? Do they have the tools, the data, the internet, the training to do the 21st century work? If not, it's upon us to fight for it. Performance management is not just yearly form to be feared. It is a daily conversation. It is asking, how can I help you serve Kenya better today than yesterday? The third thing is, you're moving from traditional to technology. We are serving Gen Z Kenyans with systems from the 1980s. That must end. Digital HR is not a luxury. Unified Human Resource Information System, e-recruitment, online performance appraisal, data analytics to predict skill gaps. These are the tools that will let us move from counting staff to making staff count. When we automate a routine, we liberate ourselves for the human work. We start doing coaching, mentoring, resolving, and inspiring. Let machines do the filing so that you can do the leading. Sawa. Let those machines now do all those manual things. Colleagues, I know your challenges. You manage high expectations with limited budgets. You navigate politics with guarding professionalism. You are asked to do more with less. But remember this, you hold the most strategic office in government. The treasurer manages money, HR manages the people who create all value. When a health worker is absent, it is not just a HR issue. It is a mother's life. When a teacher is demoralized, it is not just a staff issue, it is a generational issue. When we get it right, when a young officer is mentored, the talent is spotted and promoted. When a corrupt practice is stopped, we don't just improve KPI, we restore faith in government itself. So the challenge is, let us be bold. Yeah? Let us challenge this mentality, tulifanya hivyo siku zote mentality. If a process does not serve the citizen in your organization, I urge you to kill it because it doesn't help. Be data-driven. Know your numbers. What is your vacancy rate, your time to hire, your staff satisfaction? Because what is measured improves. Be human. Behind every performance management number is a Kenyan with dreams, struggles, and a family. Discipline with fairness, correct with dignity, lead with empathy. A motivated public servant is Kenya's best advertisement. So the Kenyan public service does not have a people problem. Kenya has the most resilient, most innovative people on this continent. Our job is to give them a system that matches their spirit. So, go back to your stations from the HR office in Kilifi, Lodwar, Nyanyuki, Nairobi, wherever, and renew the strength to do the right thing, because you are the change that we want to see. Let us make productivity our patriotism. Let us make performance our legacy.